My name is Evelyn Rose Stratton, and I am 94 years old. I have lived my whole life in the shadow of the Colorado Rockies, in a mining town so small you could hear the echo of your own heartbeat against the mountainsides. People say the mountains protect us. People say they watch over us. But mountains do not protect, they keep. And sometimes they keep the things we love most. This is the story I have carried for nearly 80 years. The story of the boy I loved, the night he disappeared, and the voice that returned to me long after he should have been gone. I was 16 the summer I met him. His name was Jacob Calder. His family had come from Kansas after the Dust Bowl tore their farm apart. They lived in a sagging cabin near the abandoned silver mine. Jacob was quiet, wiry, thoughtful. He had a way of listening that made you feel like every word mattered. His eyes were a strange, storm gray color, almost like the sky before snowfall. We met by chance. I had dropped a bucket while fetching water from the river, and it rolled into the current. Jacob ran after it, stepping into the icy stream without a second thought. He handed it back to me with a shy smile. That was all it took. By autumn, we were inseparable. We walked the logging trails together, sharing dreams we were too scared to say aloud anywhere else. I told him I wanted to be a nurse in Denver. He told me he wanted to leave the mountains forever. "This place is a cage," he'd whisper. "People don't live here. They stayed trapped here." His father drank. His mother cried more than she spoke. Jacob raised his younger siblings like a parent. He carried too much weight for someone his age. But with me, he was gentle, hopeful, almost boyish. One evening, he took me to an old fire lookout tower, long abandoned, its windows broken, its roof half collapsed. We climbed to the top and watched the sun sink into the peaks. He turned to me and said, "Evie, when I leave this place, I want you with me." I didn't hesitate. "Yes," I whispered, and that one word changed everything. We planned to run away on December 14th, 1947, a Sunday, a full moon, the beginning of winter break. We would sneak out at night, walk to the train depot in the valley, and buy 2 tickets to Denver. From there, anywhere. But nature has its own plans. That night, a storm rose out of nowhere, a sudden mountain blizzard, violent and deadly. The wind screamed like a living thing. Snow blasted the windows. My parents barricaded the doors. No one went outside. Except Jacob. He had promised to meet me at the base of Morrow Ridge, the halfway point between our houses. I tried to sneak out, but the storm was too fierce. I waited by the window, heart in my throat, whispering, "Please stay home, Jacob. Please don't come." But he had never broken a promise in his life. By morning, the storm had passed, and Jacob was gone. Men searched the ridge for days. They found his footprints, then nothing, as if he had walked off the edge of the earth. Some said he fell into a ravine. Some said he froze to death. Some said he ran away alone. But I knew the truth. Jacob wouldn't leave me, and he wouldn't break his word. I carried that belief like a wound. Life moved forward without asking my permission. I married a kind miner named Daniel. We built a life. We had children. We endured winters and funerals and changes I never imagined. Daniel knew I carried a ghost in my heart. He never asked me to let go. He simply loved me with quiet patience, and I loved him back the best I could. Decades passed. The mine closed. The town shrunk. Jacob became a story kids told to scare each other. Then, in 2009, everything changed. That spring, a backcountry hiker was rescued from a collapsed cabin deep in the Rockies, a cabin no one knew existed. Inside, alongside old tools and canned goods, they found a weather-beaten metal box. Inside the box was a rusted pocket watch, a worn leather journal, and an audio cassette. The sheriff recognized the initials carved in the journal. J.C. Jacob Calder. My heart nearly stopped. He brought the items to me because, as he said, "You're the only one left who might make sense of it." The cassette was cracked, the tape warped, the label faded, but my hands knew that handwriting. We found an old player. The sheriff pressed play. For a long moment, only static. Then, a voice, a trembling, breathless voice, a voice I had memorized as the sound of my youth.
"Evie, if you ever hear this..." My knees buckled. The sheriff had to hold me upright. Jacob continued, "I didn't run away from you. I never would. The storm, it wasn't natural. It came fast, too fast. Something in the mountains, something was following me." Static. Then, "I made it to the old trapping cabin. I thought I was safe, but I can't get out. The snow buried the door. I don't know how long I can last. I'm trying to write everything down so someone will know what happened." Static again. "When the wind stops, I hear things. Someone calling my name, someone walking around the cabin. I think the mountain wants to keep me." A long pause. Then, softer. "Evie, I'm sorry. I should have waited for a better night. I should have known the ridge was dangerous. I should have told you sooner. But I love you." My tears hit the player. "I don't know if you grew up. I don't know if you married. I hope you did. I hope you found someone who treated you better than I ever knew how. But if some piece of you still remembers me, I want you to know I never forgot you." Then, the last words he ever recorded. "If I don't get out, remember me at the fire tower. That's where I was happiest. That's where I'll always be." The tape cut off. Silence filled the room. I cried until I couldn't breathe. Jacob hadn't left me. He hadn't broken his promise. He had died alone in the mountains, recording his final thoughts with frozen fingers, speaking into the darkness with only my name to keep him warm. Later searches found the collapsed cabin, but no remains. The sheriff said animals, weather, and time had likely taken everything. But I don't believe that. Some nights when the wind sweeps down from Merrow Ridge, I hear something else beneath it, a soft humming, like a tune played from memory. Jacob used to hum when he was nervous. The mountains kept him. They kept his voice, and somehow, after 60 years, they returned it to me. If I could speak to the 16-year-old girl I once was, I would tell her, "You weren't abandoned. You weren't forgotten. You were loved fiercely, quietly, desperately until his final breath. That is my story, the story of the boy the mountains kept and the voice they gave back to me.